Okay, we've got to address the drama, address the allegations. Yes, in the last video, I had cat hair on my beanie. A dude pointed that out in a comment and I was so pissed. I was infuriated. I was like, you son of a bitch. I was hoping nobody noticed. It was pissing me off so much when I was editing. Ugh, okay. Anyway, speaking of that video, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's in the description. But the good news, I had a hit video. A hit video by my standards, to 20,000 views. Yes, okay, that's like $50 in AdSense revenue. I can buy my brother a used PS5 game for Christmas now. But I'll be real with you, I did get some stuff wrong in the video. I don't know anybody behind the brand Alice Hollywood personally at all. I was just putting the story together based on things I was finding online, from posts they've made, their websites, stuff like that, and I was not entirely correct. I did my best to be, but I wasn't. I am legitimately sick right now, like skateboarding, like sick, dude, but also like physically ill, okay? But I had to get in front of the camera unintelligently. This is so dumb, but I had to address the drama right here, right now. This drama is red hot. It's scorching, okay? I've also found out some new stuff, some new info, some hot goss to tell y'all about. A lot of people have messaged me on the side about Shane and Alice and stuff. I've learned a lot about Los Angeles garment manufacturing. So let's get into it. Oh, first off, I want to give the top commenter their flowers because they pointed out that the biggest plant in Los Angeles is an industry plant. Apparently, the palm tree was not original to the area. So in the city of industry plants, the industry plant is industry planted. I don't know. Okay, so the biggest thing I got wrong was about the Guardian Angel brand. I kind of introduced that as the new side project of Alice Hollywood. And it turns out that Guardian Angel, it is run by Shane's brother, Jeremy Gonzalez. I was right about that. But apparently, I didn't know this. The brand had been around for a long time, like many years. And that was something that I just made an assumption. I don't know why I made the assumption that it was a new brand, maybe because it looked like a new brand, but it's not. They've been around for a long time. My bad. A lot of people commented on the Made in Hollywood thing. You see, Alice on their website, they say their t-shirts are made in Hollywood. All their pieces, I think it says made in Hollywood. But when you get the blank, it's a Pro Club blank, and it is made in USA, the fabric made in USA, but assembled in Mexico. A lot of people who had gone to, manufacturing schools and business schools and things like that, backing me up that is not something that you're allowed to do. A lot of people also gave me their interpretation of what Alice probably thinks about that and why they think they can get away with saying that, which I definitely agree with. People were saying they're assuming that Alice is made in Hollywood because they're getting the blanks, and then all the stuff that they're doing, like putting in the tags and screen printing and stuff, that stuff is done in Hollywood, so they feel like that makes it fine to say made in Hollywood. But I do agree that's what they think, but it's just, I think it's wrong, Like, what if I decided, okay, I am gonna start the low luxury watch brand, wristwatches, and I go on AliExpress and I order a bunch of watches from China, and then I get them, and in my studio, I just like engrave our logo and some stuff on them. I'm not allowed to say at that point that those watches are made in USA, because it's not true. We all recognize that instinctually. So listen, if Alice wants to make that argument, they're more than welcome. If they ever get taken up on it, I love to see them argue that in front of the FTC. I have a feeling that Lena Khan would rip their hole wide open with that, okay? All right, moving on. A lot of people gave me some really cool information that I wasn't aware of about Los Angeles clothing manufacturing and factories and stuff. They gave a lot of info. People really do not think highly of LA clothing manufacturing, and these are people that seemingly really know the industry. They're like, it's bad vibes, it's not good, the quality's not good, it's sweatshoppy workers, cheap, they take forever, whatever. One person made a really interesting parallel between Los Angeles and Milan in Italy, saying that there's just so much space in California, right? So much more space in New York. So there's tons and tons and tons of clothing factories in LA, and a lot of them are sitting around a lot of the time just twiddling their thumbs, waiting for work to come in. So basically anybody that hits up these factories, they'll make their stuff. Whereas in New York, there's a lot less factories, there's a lot more competition to get time and space in the factories. So that's why you see all these startups happening in LA, why it's so easy to spin a brand up off in California versus on the East Coast where it's way, way harder to get your stuff up and running and there's more competition. I also got a bunch of behind the scenes info on Alice and Shane Gonzalez and Midnight Studios and stuff. Take literally all of it with a grain of salt, a massive grain of salt. This is just random stuff that people have told me that I thought was interesting. I'll throw it out there. Grain of salt, please, for the love of God. One dude told me that Shane Gonzalez, the head of Alice Hollywood, is basically like a Nepo baby. I know people really don't like Nepo babies, but honestly, I've never been that bothered by it. Like if you have parents who have the desire and the means to support you in your dreams, I think that's kind of nice, right? But at the same time, I understand with people who don't have that same luxury that they get kind of annoyed with it, you know? I was also told that Shane sold, maybe, Midnight Studios to A$AP Rocky quite a long time ago. I have no idea if that's true, but it would kind of explain why the two of them are so like intertwined, even though I feel like Shane's work now at least doesn't really like deserve that kind of shine. And another person also mentioned that Shane maybe left Midnight Studios because he wasn't happy with the direction and oversight he was getting from the owners of the brand. So that would kind of add up with that. Quite a few people reached out to me to let me know about like how deep Shane's history goes within the fashion industry and having fashion companies and stuff. And I think that's awesome. And I think they were using that to kind of counter my claim that maybe Alice Hollywood was like an industry plant type of brand. But I see where they're coming from. But to me, it's like, that's awesome. You've been doing brands for a long, long time. Shouldn't you know better? Shouldn't you know how to make better garments, better products than this? It almost makes it seem like more of an industry plant cash grab vibe type of feeling thing, because if you have all that history, all that knowledge, why don't you do something better and higher quality? One guy told me a story about Shane like hounding a smaller brand for a piece to wear at a DJ set, and then that smaller brand made like a soccer jersey, and when Shane was starting Alice up, he like really squeezed them for like market research on pricing and stuff, and then kind of like undercut them on the price. I don't know. I don't know the whole story, but the guy was just kind of like, yeah, Alice got weird vibes from that one. One person pointed out some of the crappy graphic flips that Shane has done over the years. I'll just throw them here. They're pretty rough. Not really, no hate. Kind of graphic flipping is a classic thing in the streetwear scene, but there are good ways to do it and bad ways. I'll just say that much. People pointed out that the lighter caps that Alice does on their hats, I talked about how Balenciaga does them, ERD has done them with the one I'm wearing right now, but other people pointed out that even before that, Raf Simons has done them. Very unoriginal, I guess. Some people were really mad that I talked so much crap about Pro Club blanks. Those are the blank t-shirts that Alice Hollywood uses, which are fabric made in USA and assembled in Mexico. It's important to note, but I really did not like that Pro Club blank t-shirt they used. I thought it felt awful. The fabric was really bad. The fit was really bad. But people were pointing out like Pro Club is an LA streetwear staple. Brands have used it for a long time. It's got a long history. Basically, like there's some cachet to the Pro Club blank. And I'll be honest, I'd never worn a Pro Club blank before. I'm from the East Coast punk hardcore scene, baby. For us, it's Gildan or bust, okay? You know what I mean? That's what we get over here. But Pro Club, sure, I'll accept. It's a classic, okay? But to me, it was so bad. Like the fabric was comparable, right, to like really bad, like heavyweight Gildans nowadays, but the fit, my God. Ooh, it's bad. I don't know if Alice just picked bad sizes, a bad type of Pro Club. It's so bad. I'm not going to back down on that. It's terrible. Oh, by the way, I am doing a giveaway on my Instagram at Low Luxury Clothing. If you want to own the Alice Hollywood hardcore t-shirt, the one that I hated. Yeah, I'm really doing a lot to sell that here. Don't you want it so bad? It is like basically a $100 t-shirt that you could have for free. Just go to at Low Luxury Clothing on Instagram. Give me your best roast. Tell me what you would rather spend $98 US on, and you could win it. It could be yours. What a great t-shirt to own, right? I'll close it like at the end of the week. This coming Friday, get in there, comment, win it. Another funny thing that happened, one dude like reported Alice Hollywood to the Paris like haute couture committee, because apparently haute couture is like a legally protected term, kind of like a copyrighted type of thing that only certain brands who do certain things are actually legally allowed to use. So maybe Alice using it is like not legal. I don't like condone that. I just think it's funny. That's all. There was a really interesting conversation about the use of the Iron Cross in Alice's work. This one person, for instance, was like, I just can't get down with the Iron Cross thing because like my friend's parent pulled me aside one time and talked about how like hurtful that was to them. And all I'll say on that is definitely some of these like in-your-face punk influence brands go too far with the offensiveness to the point where it probably makes certain people uncomfortable and feel like unsafe. But to me, I did a lot of research into this, looked into the Iron Cross. Even the most like liberal, like woke type civil rights organizations are like, you should not assume that when you see an Iron Cross that it's like a symbol of hate. You know what I mean? Because it's been taken by biker culture, punk culture, and it's more a generalized symbol of rebellion now. So I don't think you need to feel weird about having an Iron Cross on you. Really, that's just my take on it. A couple other quick ones. Why in the fit portions of my videos, the outfit sections, why do I start in my underwear? It is because I get so many comments about it. I think it's funny. Men in the menswear scene are so scared of a little willy. You know what I mean? Even though I've never shown my willy, and I never will, because this is YouTube. I can't even do that here, nor would I want to. But how scared people are of it amuses me. I was pleasantly surprised on another note to see how many people just do not vibe at all with gallery department. I thought I was one of the few, one of the proud, but apparently there's a lot of us out here. We're standing strong, you know? All right, that's it. That's all I got. I think I'm done here. Just a couple things to wrap up. I think this is the last I will ever be talking about Alice Hollywood or Shane Gonzalez. I think I've said my piece. I don't want beef. I just want to cover stuff. I wanted to have some fun. It's opinion, it's entertainment, it's humor, and it's all with the goal of making our clothing better. Like I said, I think Alice's aesthetic is cool. I just think after getting it in hand, it could be done a lot better. And I hope they do it better. And keep me honest, if Alice ever starts doing things of a higher quality, living up to the history and the name and all the celebrities endorsing it, let me know. I'll check it out again and I'd be happy to change my mind. So yeah, this is it. No beef. Don't sue me. Please don't do any weird stuff. I'm just a guy in front of a camera. Yeah, okay. Thank you guys. This was a fun one. Peace.